start its first meeting. At the first meeting of PPA Game Studios. Get your suits ready and everything. Yeah, so I'll need the magic notepad there. There we go. This one already has a whole bunch of shit there. A whole bunch of shit, but I think for today there's gonna be one needed. There's going to be one needed. No, it hasn't seen arts already there. Already hasn't seen arts and everything there going on. I can probably understand shit here. Some of it at least. Alright. Well, let's see. Then just like a bunch of like ideas thrown in together. Part in English, part in Russian even. Of all types and kinds. Alright. Let's start with monetization. Yeah, exactly. You know it. You know it. Alright, let's go. Let's get some of that game going, I guess. And let's see. The secret code book, yeah. Exactly, Ajax, yeah. The rare book. Yeah, I like having that notes on paper. I like a couple. Like I did one for basically like everything, but then I just realized that like the part that I dedicated to kind of like game ideas and stuff like this, it just kind of ended up being like a little full already. So I got a new one dedicated for that. I got one dedicated specifically for that stuff. Like a wild imagination, you know, as the lefties sometimes do. Lefties and left-handed, you know. Nowadays the term is a bit different. So yeah, I kind of have a bit of a wild imagination sometimes, and I tend to write things down. All right, actually go horizontal. One sec. Good background there. I mean, I guess. One moment. Let's gonna open all this stuff. All right. Oh, let's see. Just gonna open everything I will potentially need them. Real quick. Let's go for this one too. Let's take this one. This one goes here. No. Brother. What is this? Ooh, right. Finding those documents in the labs, yeah. Exactly. This might be big writing. And the pen that also like barely fucking writes. I don't know. I'm cursed with those. I got a good pen. But it fucking barely writes. I need to do some fiesta always to make it right thing is Alright, let's see. One moment. Can I change to England here, please? I can. There we go. There we go. Alright. This and the notepad. Let's go. Actually, should go with Notepad. Maybe I should like the Google Docs. Yeah, whatever. Notepad is easier. Thing is, it might just kind of pee poof though later. That will be not very nice. Hmm. That will be not very nice. Fine. Get the dogs, I guess, then. This way, it's not gonna pee poof at least. Alright, let's go. Himkispielo. How you doing? Alright, this thing. Okay, let's go. So, one sec, how to do it better. Got it. All right, good. All right, let's go. So, what we gonna do today? Yeah, what we gonna do today is we gonna do a little bit of planning and everything to make it kind of smart and stuff. To get that kind of smart stuff in all that. So yeah, there is some ideas. I've got one that I kind of like. I mean, I obviously have a bunch, as I said already. I read down a bunch of like short ideas and everything. This one I was kind of feeling and digging lately. So let's try to get the to telegraph the idea. Get some sort of sketch for that stuff then. So how is it gonna be? Well, GIMP actually is kind of a bit worse for that stuff, to be honest. In a way, I need just like some PPG tools to draw some simple things really, rather than the whole shebang here. But I guess we'll figure whatever. We will figure. Then go to the gym, say you're happy. Then son, why would you be? Why would you be? I should be not happy that you didn't go. Hey, Captain, hello. Alright, so let's try how to do this better. I'll go this way. So what we gonna do? I'll go this way. And let's go get the gray boys probably. We are gonna fill this with gray boys. It's kind of the same gray boys as here. That might be a bit too. Let's try and get something in the middle. Oh man, I hate when that happens. Like, where did you open now? It sometimes just like opens God knows where. That tab, I don't know why even. One moment. Where do you run? The color picker. It just opens somewhere like, it's kind of like Oblivion there. It just opens. No one knows where. Like I see it. Maybe if I close it. Then it still opens God knows where. Brother. Where exactly are you even? I want to pick the color and it just opens somewhere else. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It's weird. I need like deck it somewhere probably. Can I actually? Not from here probably. The color picker shit. And it just like opens, like I see the window, but I don't know where it is. Nice. Hurry. Is there some sort of I can do some of this seems like, no? Or not. Nice. Out of everything you did today to me. 1 second, I maybe restart it. Kinda doubt it's gonna work though, but then maybe can do it differently. Let's see. The laziness overcome, I see. Happens, I guess. No, enough if I close it. Yeah, if I close it, it just disappears. Dude, why? Like when I just started, it's fine for first time, and then it just goes PP again. Let me see. Can I just lock it somewhere maybe? One moment. No, I kind of can't really. Like appears on top and then it just like doesn't work. Like why? Why are you like this? I don't like that. Well, I guess I'm just gonna go with paint then. Fine. That'll make things easier to be honest still. Or whatever. Just need a sketch for that anyway. Alright, good old, The good old then. The good old, the good old paint, he sound pretty low. How are you doing, man? This paint has all the stuff I need, I mean, technically, kinda. In a way, and the resolution is PPA, I guess. That's annoying. Why are you like that? Hate when that happens, dude. One moment, we can make it work. I think it kind of happens a lot. One moment, I might find some. There should be a way to fix that. Maybe there is. 1 second. If I do this. No, this I might try. Okay, this one. No, that's not it. One second. This one. Okay, can I do that? Not really, I guess. That's weird, huh? Oh wait, can I do this one? Don't think so. I guess I'm just gonna stick to the paint then, whatever. The issues, annoying, eh? How to start? How to start? I wish I could see where it goes even. So pipiega, dude. So pipiega. Sometimes it does work, sometimes it just doesn't. Whatever, fine. Let's stick to the good old then. Sure. Ooh, right. Yeah, chillin'. Nice, very nice. Yeah, just to sketch something real quick anyway, so whatever. Ooh, right. That might actually be even easier. Might even be easier. I already forgot about that stuff even. Does it have this? Okay, it does. Good. I need brushes. I need this. I need this. Feel with solid. And let's go to gray here then forever. That doesn't look like feel with solid, but fine. Fine. Yeah, his outline. Oh, yeah, maybe it's different. A different shape we need for that one then. Not like it really matters, but still. No, wait, not. Oh, wait a second. Maybe this one too? Yeah, okay, let's go. I'll see now. The smarts there. Alright. This goes here. So basically, this gonna be the road. This gonna be the road. How do we get the line with the... Oh no, not this one. Brother. Come on, dude. Where did you go? Where did you go? Hey, the road. Give me the road. I went even that way. The fuck is that? Relax. Not that much. Not that much. And then we need another one. And I would love to have some of the game here right now, that's for sure. Can I just copy this one even? Should be with one of the buttons, wasn't it? No. Isn't like hold some shit and it just or just copies it? Wasn't it? Or wasn't it? Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, my GIMP decided not to work today. GIMP will be actually still not much more good here, you know. It's outside insane lines there. Let's go. Yeah, just to see what it is exactly. Hope there will be an idea at least somewhat. What it is exactly that way, you know. It's a PlayStation VR sales, clearly. Krita, well, I need to set that thing up. Well, GIMP was fine, but it goes PPG today. Elliot Musk, hell yeah, the insane art time. We'll need to set things up for that. I thought GIMP will be fine, and that shit is going PPG. That's not good, then. It's funny because, like, usually it kind of does lately, but now it did again, so I guess. Alright, then we get another one here. Don't need any setup. See, alright. Well, whatever, I just need to kind of telegraph the insane idea. It's not like I will use that anyway later much, you know. And just the sketch shit. So this one will be... this duo kinda. I mean, I guess, in a way. Not the best one. But kinda will do. Alright, that's gonna be ground. Now... then we go... let's do it this way, fine. Then we go this way here. That we will change, of course. That's gonna be... let's see, what is gonna be exactly. Here we have hello. Road in the desert, yes, you're getting there. This will be nice with some, like, what's the ingredient or something, probably. Let's try this way, whatever. Let's have this now. So that's obviously the back. The dang background. No. Stay where you are. Brother, what the fuck is this? Move. Oof, dude. The tools. Actually, why? Because the outline is also PP again. Whatever, we can just redo it. We can just redo it anyway. Fine, that's whatever. Changing, we'll see. For now, it's all just kinda, you know. Just checking things out, basically. Okay, whatever. That will do. So it's not super scuffed. Kinda, it's a bit scuffed, you know. Paint.net, yeah. It's not here, I think. I use GIMP for that. But yeah, I have no idea actually with what's with the GIMP with this stuff. Sometimes it happens, and yeah, it's like a window just like opens completely somewhere else. I thought someone else had an issue like that, but didn't find what they did to fix that. So I have no idea. That's kind of whatever. It's not, you know, it's not really that important right now to do it this way. 0 by C. We'll see. It's not asset or something here anyway, dude. It's just kind of like a little sketch. I could just use like the brush here or something, but that will be completely scuffed. So this way at least, you know, it's not really dependent on my hands too much, I would say. All right, today and I'll do this better. I want that like basically kind of to the cactus is very important. There will be. It is in my hand sketch actually. There is cactus. There is one. There was one indeed. So that will happen for sure. Fine, dude. What the fuck is that? I want a new one. I don't need to move this anymore. Yes, thank you. He's so scuffed. Do this a bit darker, maybe, or say it's gonna be kind of more. Maybe this already requires some brushing to do. Or whatever. Let's see. Should get a bunch of random ones here now. We'll need some perspective for that also, but whatever. It's all kind of just like scuffed shit there. The problem is here to kind of like convey that though. I wonder if you can do it this way. Hell yeah, insane. No. Can you achieve something like that with this? The scuff methods and scout solutions that way? Not exactly, kind of did. In a way, I guess. I guess in a way. Whatever. Remove that shit. I find that we can use just a brush or something, maybe. Adjust the brush. You get like this. Oh, yeah, there it is. Man, I haven't used the paint in forever. And it's also not the best one, really, though. So we need some of this shit here, like this. Yes, sorta. Whatever. It's gonna be completely PPG here. Yeah, so that was like a basically, you know, the brush tool suddenly happened. And everything I got fucked. All of a sudden, got the idea. Somewhat. Oh, that's something. Some fancy houses with that one even. Amazing. Amazing. How do we use this shit? Someone nommed that stuff basically. There we go. That works. The big gnome. There we go. Alright. The brush to missile, sorta, yeah. Something like that. Something like that. You got the idea basically. You got the idea. That doesn't really matter. That all doesn't really matter too much. It's as dystopian as it can go, I guess, in this way. So now the... Oh yeah, the cactus, of course, also. Everyone wants cactus. There. There's gonna be one green window there, because we can. Because we can. I can even like do whatever. No, not this. Brush. Thank you, sir. That's gonna be a white one, yeah. This. Actually, it should stay somewhere there then. Alright, let's go and cook this like this. And then insane cactus is there. You got the idea, basically. That's gonna be the cactus. Will it actually get the... Damn son, smart. We got him. With the super cactus and stuff. Got the idea, the chills, yeah. Alright, now. That's gonna be the tricky parts there. Switch. Should go with like a bit more thin lines there, I would say, but whatever. I love the window, yeah, through the cactus, indeed. See, this is already gonna be like way too far from my artistic capabilities there, you know. Way too much. Way too dink. So we have this insane shit here. Actually, I guess kinda though. So let's get a scav though. Yeah, we'll do, I guess, on this the dink wheel there. The dink wheels and stuff. They should actually be all... actually not all, but whatever. That I fix. That I fix. That we fix. Basically, at this point, it's kind of like, guess what the fuck is that shit, really? Guess I kind of spoiled partially already some of it, so... some people can cheat, they can know. Actually, that'll be like even clearer what it's gonna be. You just like do it differently, really, though, maybe. But I need to do everything in perspective, and I'm gonna fuck that up. For sure. That I'm gonna fuck it up, yeah, the alien car. You could say so, I guess, in a way. Yeah, well, nah, it's not gonna really work that way if I do it this way. Okay, not exactly. Yeah, do it in perspective, I wonder. Probably not really, though. Whatever. Actually, I guess I could try. So, like, if we go... I could look scuffed with all this, though. I guess. I guess we could try. Not the best color there. Maybe this. Kind of get the idea. So go with this. And go with this thing all the way back. Go like this. And then we need to... I'm just gonna go. It actually works nice. Oh, different colors would be nice, I guess. Whatever. But you got the idea. What the fuck is that, sorta? The Mexico Trail. You could say so in a way, I guess. Yeah, kinda. In a way. The first settlers. I was thinking the last settlers in a way, though, you could say. Probably. Probably rather that. Alright, on which... Who's gonna be dragging that? That's the question. That's what we'll see. That's already gonna be how far the lore will go. But whatever, let's go with the maybe, for now at least. Like some of this. That's gonna be like, let's say... What the dude there... Yeah, this is the peak artistic stuff here, by the way. That's like what only I can draw, you know. That's pretty much it there. There we go. There he is. There he is. The man, the legend. Oops. A bit too much. Gotta get the horse in here. The horse should be very dank, probably. Here, hello. I see, I see. The tutel. I mean, yeah, no, maybe. We'll see what's gonna fit. Oh, wait, this. Wait. Oh, yeah, it did back a bit too far. Wait, why? Why did you do that to me, brother? I never asked for this. I just noticed. Ruin it to me. Piece of shit. Shaking my SMH. Whatever, I got the idea. Alright, so yeah. That's the thing, eh? Sorta. That's kind of like, that's pretty much like basically what I want to stick with is. So the background and everything would be, it could be static, it could be just moving and everything. It doesn't really like, well, depends on what's easier and harder, right? So it's pretty much like the car, but a caravan, bunch of people or something. Just they're just going through this like post-apocalyptic landscape, the desert, whatever. Could be caravan, could do some of like the trading stuff going or something even maybe. So you can just make, you know, like scrolling, repeating backgrounds. So it just kind of looks like shit is moving, or you can just like keep them completely static and just like maybe like switching the slides a little bit on the background scenery and everything. Maybe on different biomes, sort of like, you know, the daytimes, biomes, and everything. For example, switching like some backgrounds you can switch. Nothing super fancy, pretty much. Like the idea also to make something with a very small scope and everything. Hey, Humber. I see, I see. Well, I mean, I'm always down to, we'll see. He alter, hello. So you basically, yeah, it's just moving. So sort of like, remember I played the van game and everything? Kinda, I guess. It's just gonna be, it's called Paint 3D. I actually have the Paint 3D now there. Does that work better? Well, I mean, I already got this fucking masterpiece, so whatever. Just to convey the idea how like the stuff gonna work more or less. Somewhat. Yeah, it's just basically just the road, most likely, I think. Just the road. Then obviously, like on the way, you're gonna be encountering shit and stuff, which is why I was thinking the sliding stuff is a bit better. You can either just like make statics and then just kind of like flip every time you make some sort of like progress on the road. Basically, zebra, hello, sir. Flip when you move. Better would be obviously if it's just kind of constantly moving. So that's also like part of the decision how to do with the kind of like gameplay, you know. Either it's gonna be just like constantly moving and then you encounter thing and need to deal with them, or it's gonna be sort of like the map where you just press like next step, deal with something, next step, deal with something. Then you can make just like statics basically. You don't need like any animation and stuff. But I think just making like a sliding background would be way easier, and like the caravan doing some like basic simulation animation. I mean, like, you know, just like wheels turning and people walking, for example. Something like that. And then yeah, then you get some encounters. So like, I don't know, like something like oh, you encounter the cactus, for example. Or you encounter like the brother, stop moving that one. Yeah, it's so scuffed, dude. Super scuffed, man. So like encounter something here or some shit. Like it's gonna be like, no, this, and then we have like, I don't know, another one inside. Inside, I said, brother, what is this? It is very scuffed. I do agree with you. I didn't even expect that paint is so scuffed nowadays. Well, I mean, it always was, but I haven't used it in forever. Yeah, we have like, I don't know, like someone in there. Like, yeah, there is someone there basically, just chilling, you know. So that's some sort of like encounter. For example, you get like bunch of stuff. Like that shit can put sort of like random encounters, so you can get, you know, raiders, other traders, some settlement. Settlement will, I guess, kind of require like more of a like a background change and everything. So just a whole bunch of like different encounters you can do, and you can get like a whole bunch of those, and like either kind of easy, I guess, to make additional and adding them in, kind of more moddable, more, you know, just like the DLCable. The top-down camera like a map. You could do that in some sort of like the progress thingy, yeah, like a map when you can decide. Like part of the thing I was thinking, I remember I was playing, man, what was the name? I remember, then I forgot. The what was it? What was it? The village. The village. The village. Wandering village. Yeah. Like the wandering village in a way stuff. So you could, for example, have like this as kind of like one map, and then you can do some other stuff. Oh, don't do that. Nice cuber, nice. And this one, gunslingers. Oh damn, that's actually really good. That actually kind of goes in similar vibe there in a way. Nice website, dude. Kinda, yeah. That's nice. That's nice. It reminds me of Fallout Tactics actually in a way, with some stuff. But you guys did it. That's good. That's cool. That's really cool, man. This does feel like a little too like deep already, probably for what I plan to do. But I mean, it's good though. It's still nice. Yeah, like a lot of Fallout stuff there. Yeah, look at the cactuses, man. That's the thick boys there. Like the models even and everything. Very good. I mean, even interface really. Nice, nice. Good one. That's a good one. Okay, what a nice website. Close this shit. Now it's gonna be odds of some stuff. Come on, brother. Just close. It's probably because the... Or not. A great website. Yes, I saw it or whatever. That will do. That will work. Ooh, right. Oh, that is nice actually. That's good. Until 15. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Gameplay, yo. Insane. Because that was MMO basically. Nice. The cover system. The turn-based. Is it like some mod that did you like for like Unity or something? Do you know, Kimber? Like this form of the turn-based actually. Cringe music. I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't say so. I think it's nice. Actually, like the not sure about MMO. If that would be like a single player, I think that would be a very would have a really good potential, to be honest. I think the end of the song maybe is a little kind of like feels like out of place already. Like the style kind of like changed midway or something, but I mean, not bad. Nice. No, that was good stuff. That was good stuff, man. I think so. Now back to the real art. But yeah, like the thing is, could go with like with Wandering Village, for example. Like when there's like a big overworld map sorta that you can see where you kind of heading. So like the idea, basically, which like like a lot of people could already expect, of course, right? Oh man, I'm not sure if I can even do it here like this. Can I? Oh man, it limits the shit here. Can we get this boy bigger? Yeah, easy life. Let's go. There's somehow telegraph that is gonna be the interface stuff there. Money grinding shit's still getting cringe vibes. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, the art part is nice. Like, if it'll be like the standalone like game, like you just instead of the music, you just get some like some ambience there and everything. Just get like the good post-apocalyptic dream vibes to this, and that would be just like, dude, that looks good. Looks nice. Kind of like Fallout Tactics vibe, or like a bit like upgraded, all the Fallout graphics look with some 3D models, like Van Buren or something. Looks nice. Look at the Huke. The Huke. Song for Russian high school drama TV show for teenagers. Well, I mean, the beginning was nice, and then in the end, it kind of went a little bit drama there for sure. Oh, right, wait, how to do this better? Death Rush, yeah. Well, Death Rush kind of pixel art, a bit like different stuff. There's this like even like this stylistically reminds me of like the models. Like for example, when like the Vic model, for example, in Fallout 2, right? That is kind of like made this like different compared to other sprites, and it feels like has this a little bit like of a 3D feeling. That feeling I had from those characters and stuff there. A little bit. Man, how to like signify better that is actually let's do this and change the inner one to I want like some other color that I don't use, but so it's not like mixed with I guess this way, whatever. So yeah, what we're gonna have is my favorite. We're gonna have a bunch of this stuff, which you'll figure out. Maybe you already even know what it is. Yeah, Alder, yeah. Yeah, you know what it is, eh? Yes. This is this is exactly them. This exactly them. So we do like you got the idea. You got the idea. Somewhat. All right. The rainbow deck, yeah. So like one of that, like basically, we could go to Monopoly Streets, yeah, either way. So we could move here, do here. So I'll need to, well, we will check it how to do this better later. So we get this. So first is gonna be like caravan. Then caravan, like I don't know, slash travelers. We are gonna have it's gonna be like the dependency graph in a way. So to plan what to work, it's just gonna like throw the features in basically, and then we'll see what goes what goes in and what doesn't. Can actually move like shape in shape there. This way and then move them here. And well, they kind of have different. Can I get like layers in this thing? It's not exactly for some insane stuff. It's more for how you call them in English, like the flowcharts and stuff like this. I'm not sure if you can get like different layers on those, like priority and stuff. Like it matters really. Just like lines or something I need. It's not supposed to be there for this. No, wait, line. Gradient, whatever. Fine, so we have like that stuff. Caravan and travelers, encounters. We have like the, how do you say? Let's go like world, for example. A post-apocalyptic world, even, whatever. It's not exactly a feature, I guess. It's kind of like just to figure out a world travel, I guess we could put though. What do you eat it? Exploration. I'll go this way. Counters, caravan travelers. I'll figure out how to align them later. I go to get the Shadow Realm and everything. I mean, the goal and story and stuff we will see. That's already kind of like secondary for me right now. Like the goal is like to try to get some sort of minimal basic, you know, minimal viable, you know, products or a prototype that will be already kind of like playable and everything with mechanics and everything. And then she has Bedlam. Bedlam, I actually even played Bedlam. Yeah. I played Bedlam. I think I even have it. Yeah, I'll do have that. Was it? I actually don't remember. Was it really? It's like tactics mode and stuff. It's more like a with the tactics combat. I don't remember actually the gameplay. I was down 17, boy. Was a while ago. It was a while ago. I was mixed. Yeah. Let's see what was the gameplay there. Yeah, like in that sense for sure. Yeah, that thing actually does. But yeah, you go into the combat and everything though. The theory mode, I see. Sorta. Yeah, that is kinda the thing. Same with the like the Wandering Village, even though there's gonna be kind of like on the overworld, I guess you could say, instead of going into the combat and everything. So like, what I was thinking first. So then we go cards, decisions. And then we go, might be not even cards, like because first, well, actually, you know what? I guess let's do decisions, just decisions. Encounters we have. Well, I guess encounters are kind of like decisions. So let's go like cards. All encounters will some sort of decision in a way. That's already kind of optional. That's gonna be separately. A trade, maybe that's like one of the features too, potentially. Some sort of like bosses, maybe. Then we go well, combat. Then what else might be there? Some sort of leveling. Starts skills. Well, I guess it's part of the level. Not exactly, but I guess. See, Reggie, I say everyone's cooling, man. And then we have what else gonna be there basically? Out of all this stuff, like on the basic level, I guess it's pretty much kinda it really. You can add some more, yeah, cosmetics monetization, yeah, NFTs. You can see there though, doing good, doing good. So yeah, like what will it be? So we have like the world, we have the travelers, which are kind of like, I guess, part of the world too. Like to get the dependency and try to get some sort of like the idea. So basically like the world, yeah, is kind of the main part here. So we go this way. Encounters, they are part of the world and they are kind of part of the characters too, I would say. In a way, because with no characters, there's no point in encounters. With no world, there's no point in encounters too. So that's kind of the main stuff. Then after that, encounters require potentially one of the things, a combat. Whatever, scuffed, I'll take it. I move it this way. Ruined there. Bosses also require the combat, of course. Trade goes with this stuff. And it's also part of encounters, I guess. Oh, shit, Katerina. Welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you, thank you. How are you doing? Stud skills are also going from the caravan and travelers. So cards are kind of like a bit of a sort of global thing here. Like cards are... they are encounters and characters, I guess, in a way too. Leveling goes... stud skills leveling, yeah, this way it goes probably. We do scuffed. Scuffed problems require scuffed solutions. This way. A leveling in stud skills. Stud skills in a way also define the combat then. Loading can also be cards. Yeah, sorta. Like cards are in general kind of like overlapping thing. Because the thing is like the basic thing, what you kind of need to make things spin here is to just have like world exploration and you know, some sort of like team that explores the world. That's all you need really. That's already kind of does something, right? Then you can add encounters on top of that, which I mean is kind of part of exploration too, because otherwise what it's gonna be, you know, without encounters. So this kind of like the minimal thing that you need to get, and that's what everything's gonna be based on. Like you can remove leveling, all this stuff, and it'll be fine. But in the same time, for example, like it's basically kind of like to define how to start building things up. So like we will need to do this first to get some sort of like basics going. You don't even need cards, that's the thing. Like I was thinking about making first just decisions. So, you know, you have an encounter there. You need to decide to do something. You can just press just the decision, right? Or you can just have the cards that you can interact. So instead of like, you met like raiders, you have like some sort of fight stuff. For example, you can fight, you can like, you know, buy yourself out of the situation. You can use some sort of stats or skills for that or anything. Or you can have like that displayed sort of as cards. So you have like the... that I also kind of like not sure exactly how to approach it. Either like... one of the things would be kind of like it's nowadays used already in the deck builders to have like not one deck of cards. Like you have a character in Slay the Spire, right? Going up, for example, and they just get some sort of like one card-based dialogue. Yeah. That one is already like a little bit more like dank, but that would be cool though. That would be cool. That one is really dank though. Because I was thinking about more like simplistic thing. Speaking of simplistic things, what I kind of will use for inspiration is gonna be, I'm gonna play this on Friday. That's gonna be Stacklands, because the idea is basically right now is to make something like small and you know, scope small, everything small, so you can just finish and do the product, you know, get something that you can play, pretty much. So kind of like the idea is to make like this kind of like small, quick game that will be kind of very easy and like, you know, not very easy, obviously it's not going to be easy, but like something that will be like more doable for me to do, basically. Let's put it that way. Sort of prototype, I guess you could say. Many times to plan to delay the release. Oh, that might be endless times, you know. Gonna delay it all for content. So yeah, kind of like systems like that, basically. To not over, like, it would be nice, yeah, that actually, like, really cool. Yeah, I play Grifflands, actually, yeah, it's a nice game. It would be really good. So, like, you have an encounter and you can, like, do the card thingy. Yeah, Pony, yeah, pretty much. So, like, how I was thinking is, like, not, like, different sets of cards based on characters. So you have, for example, characters that you may either get on the start of your run. Maybe you can get them during the run in encounters. Like you encounter like some survivors of something, for example, right? Like some just traveler or something, and they want to join your caravan. And they have some sort of stats, they have some sort of like class maybe or something, or they're just regular person, but you can assign some role to them. So you have like guard, like warrior, let's put it that way, right? The warrior gives you some sort of attack cards. Maybe warrior becomes the card himself. Maybe it gives you like some sort of cards based on what kind of like stats he has. So like just like, you know, ranged attack, melee attack cards, for example. Maybe you just have like a warrior card, and when you have an encounter, you just drag the warrior card on the encounter. You won, you lost, or like you kind of win all the time, but you have some sort of like downside, as in like getting wounded. You use it like 3 times without like some sort of heal or something. You get like critically wounded or something. Like can't use it anymore. It dies maybe or some shit, right? You can get Scout. Scout actually, if they're making overworld map, but Scout I'm kind of not sure because you can always want to have a Scout, so maybe you need to play around it differently. So you have some sort of overworld where you see what kind of encounters is approaching you, for example. So you have like, you passing like store, like some mega market abandoned, right? You have like scavenger character. You can throw them in. Maybe you don't have a dedicated like classes of characters. You have just like regular bunch of dudes and dudettes in your group that you just kind of like, all right, you go scavenge, you go like fight raiders and stuff, and they have maybe some sort of set of stats that you need to look at to identify who's better at what, who you want to send to scavenge, who you want to send to fight, who you want to send to scout, who you want to send to do something else. Kenshin, I haven't. I haven't not. I plan to. Prefer Fallout 2 system attack reload shared points. Yeah, I like that. I like that. And the booba and stuff. Well, with that we'll see. Like the kind of booba I can draw is like, you know, is gonna be not the booba you can jack it to anyway, so it's probably not gonna sell that much. We'll see. We'll see what kind it's gonna be. The flash game with zombies in a way. So it's kind of like it is kind of like the Stacklands. I'm gonna also play Cultist Simulator 2 on Saturday probably. That one is a little bit more elaborate than Stacklands, for example, in terms of mechanics. It's also like card based, but it's it starts like from this stuff, and then it just like kind of. It's not even like the card system isn't like, you know, you have like attack, defense, throw the card, things happen. But more kind of like you have like different cards that you like can interact with different things. Maybe even some like weird wild shit too. Like for example, you know, you can send the scout to some different event, like scavenging, for example, and scout can find something that other like scavenger couldn't find. Or you send like scavenger to raiders, and it manages to like negotiate something. You know, this kind of stuff. So like some maybe things you just want to kind of like try, not super obvious, you know, not just like sending, you know, warrior to attack or something, but doing some other shit. Nice, Steve, nice. Annoying resource management, that's the thing I kind of like not sure about, and I'm not sure if I want to do much. Like, yeah, like you send someone to scavenge, for example, and you get like a bunch of cards from there that you can use later. Like you get like fuel, for example, you get like steam packs, healing items, right? You get food, you get something you can sell, some scrap, whatever. And then again, you can like drag it to different places and see what happens. About resources, I'm not sure how to do it better. Like, should it be some sort of like if you don't react to some encounter, for example, with like raiders, then you take some sort of damage for your like caravan. And the goal is like to get somewhere, like not a trading post, for example, without taking that damage. Or like without, taking too much damage and dying, pretty much. Can find more encounter cards. I was kind of like thinking about something like that, like some sort of kind of like loop hero, but a little like different, I guess, like using cards to build up the encounters in front of you, for example. Yeah, that actually is kind of true. Let's see the mask. I see. Basic cards, and you have to play special combos in order to do some damage. Could be, could be. That might be also part of the thing. Yeah, like few, like you have, I don't know, like a bunch of like garbage, like literally like some sort of like trash or like some scrap, pretty much, right? You like mix it with fuel, you get like Molotov cocktails, for example. Then you can use them against like raiders or something like this. So like some things that kind of plain and obvious, and some things that you can try to like experiment with. It's like basically kind of like this gonna be like the base stuff on a very basic level first, at least. And then on that, you can already build a whole bunch of stuff. Like you can get auto clicker, idler or something, right? You just kind of like let it roll and it just like does thing. And you maybe just like pick some of the loot, and react to whatever your team does. Like you were like traveling, fought some raiders, got that and that and this out of that. You fought like a store, your scavengers went in, you got this and this. Like I'm not really good with idlers though. Like I'm kind of like not super into them, so it would be kind of harder for me to like plan something like that with idler though. You can not even like get any cards in, just make like the encounter system. There was one game, I have it written down somewhere too. I think it's on itch, if I remember correct. It was also like just some peeps made for like some game jam or something. Some Wild West thing. You also just kind of like travel sorta, and you have like different decision making also on the way. It's like very simple, it's free, it's like short and quite good apparently. Maybe I'll get some of that going too. That'll allow you to focus kind of like minimal sort of gameplay stuff and more kind of like story based things and come up with stories. So like the goal is pretty much to get like the core is gonna be the goal. So we'll see some sort of like core with having this like travel in the world, having that world, making it look kind of cool traveling there. That's a spicy hello, by the way. And and then you can build up on top of that already, like how to handle encounters, maybe with cards, maybe just directly with encounter, just solving some stuff that's happening in an encounter. Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing. Like I have like, as I said, like I have like a whole bunch of shit pretty much like written in many different places and stuff. Like ideas to make something, some huge and cool, you always can find. The goal is to make something that you will actually make. Especially for starters. Let's put it that way. Because yeah, like thinking about them is easy, but like actually making things happen, that is already way harder. That is already way harder. So you pretty much can just like kind of remove all the connections, remove these, and make this kind of like development backlog. So you can just like throw like a bunch of other ideas in here. Like cards, like I don't know, like cards combinations, yeah, as I said. Like combos. And then you can like kind of like add them in later. Then you can add them in later, because you can, if you start like doing everything together, then you change something in encounter mechanics and like all this kind of goes down, right? Or you introduce some bosses, but then you change combat system, and then you need to rework bosses because like the combat system changed, or there's no combat anymore, so bosses are useless, or like you need to completely change how you approach bosses. Maybe it's a conversational thing, kind of like in Griftlands. And it could be that's actually a good idea too. Like you could use some sort of some of that stuff too. It's already kind of more interesting and more tricky to think about. But your goal is just to be basically like a map with events that you can just walk around and do stuff. And then maybe making it into the card system too. 16 times the cards, yeah. Then making it into sort of the dink card system of sorts. Maybe different characters you can find along the way, adding to your team, and they do also kind of like different stuff, adding different cards. So yeah, you got the guy who has like a bow or something. So now you don't need to go fight the raiders in melee. You can just like shoot them, for example. So you don't take like damage from encountering raiders, for example, or something like this. Or you can like damage them before they approach, and then it's easier to defeat them or something. You know, this kind of stuff. Someone who's better, more proficient at one thing, someone who's more proficient at another thing. Then you can have a whole team going. Maybe even like a lot of encounters, a lot of team members, and then they're just kind of easy to lose. So you're kind of gonna have, you know, a huge turnover of people in your team. Someone comes, someone goes, basically. You know, maybe someone goes after some sort of like quest. So you like they just with you until you reach some sort of particular outpost or something, and then they just kind of like leave you because they got where they wanted to go. So you can rely on someone all the time. And then yeah, if you have like characters like this, can like later also down the line look at some sort of like, you know, some Twitch integration or some other stuff like this, like editable names at least and everything, for example. Fragile homemade gun that falls apart after one encounter. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, yeah. You have like some a workshop on the way, for example. You drop some like scraps there, some like gunpowder. Boom, you have like a little gun. Yeah, there is a bunch of like games like this. Yeah, like there was Bedlam, for example, a bunch of other games. Like it's not really a new thingy. It is exactly like I just wanted to try to like get some sort of like different kind of weird take on like Stacklands that might have some sort of like narrative in. Like basically kind of things that I like to put in, right? Like some post-apocalyptic shit, some narrative stuff, cards that I also like, right? And all that in a way that is kind of like you know, like doable and easy to do, sort of. The Oregon Trail could be that. I played the van game. Remember that one was actually quite fun. Like it was too mobile though, but that actually also would be kind of nice to do something like that. Like that's the thing. There's like mini games and stuff that I'm not gonna even bother with. That's not exactly the DGM, but you have like these encounters, and then you get like some different like parks. You get some like lore and stuff going on. It's kind of more of a meme thing, really. But it was all right. I played, you know, 3.5 hours. I finished it all, answered all the quizzes and everything. But yeah, like, oh yeah, the penis wheels when I made them, those were superior, man. Winning everything. The WarioWare game, yeah, but yeah, I'm not gonna do like the mini games and stuff. I'm not a huge fan too much myself. If anything, it's kind of like more like narrative focused stuff that what I want to do. But like the concept in general, yeah, just like traveling and everything, this kind of like similar idea there, really. They had resource management there. I'm not sure about that. We'll see. I'm probably kind of like a good idea to have some, but not sure. Maybe the only stuff will be just kind of HP, sorta, and encounters that do things with HP pretty much, right? So you kind of like, you're not pressed really by need to farm something. You have just like your HP, and you kind of like base your decisions on whatever is happening. So maybe when you're low, you kind of don't mind to like pay raiders just so they don't touch you, for example, or something, right? Like this kind of stuff. So you have like decision making a little bit, or like sacrifice some characters so your whole shebang is not getting any like downsides, any negative things happening to them. Maybe something like that. But yeah, the goal for now gonna be it's gonna be very slow process. By the way, I'm gonna be just slowly getting into it. Because I also like the thing is I gonna if someone has any ideas, there's on my Discord there is the game dev channel. So if you have something interesting, something want to share, you can do there. Um, I plan to I'm thinking about how to plan to like get like the guides and everything in because I will watch guides. I have no idea, dude. I said even my coding is complete garbage and outdated, and I haven't touched Unity or anything in ever. So yeah, I will need to watch them guides, and I mean I want to do it all on stream. So I will try to figure out how to do it better. Like I already like, kind of found some like people recommending some of the guides, but how to watch that on stream we'll see. Because like on Twitch I wouldn't mind, but like I still have a lot of like games and other stuff to do, right? So I probably kind of want to do it on YouTube. And on YouTube it's kind of trickier with like all the copyright shit, like with watching other videos and stuff. I'm not sure how to do it properly better. But yeah, probably will need that. Unity, yeah, I plan Unity, like basically like Godot and Unity was like two things that I was kind of considering, and Godot is amazing, but the thing about Unity is that it's older and a bit more developed first, and second, Unity, if you get some skills in that stuff, they are market applicable right now. Like if you have some sort of knowledge, you at least can go with that and try to apply somewhere, because you know, shit can go south. So shit is already south, it can go even more south here, for example, right? And you never know when you will end up just like trying to go and get somewhere, to work and everything. So it's just nice to have something that you can, be useful with in the job market and everything. The pet companions, yeah, I mean, could do something like that, yeah, like dog. Get the dog meat in. The whole game is, yeah. Yes, either Musk, I see. Oh, you have the supplies there, okay. Yeah, that could be something like that. Yeah, just supplies maybe instead of HP. Well, HP and supplies, yeah, could be that. Like need to find the balance with like how annoying the system is. If it's fun, between fun and annoying, let's put it that way. I guess that I will need to. And yeah, trying to like get the like that. That's why I'm thinking it probably should be just like constantly kind of sliding. Maybe getting some sort of just like that you need to like constantly do that stuff. Like there's no pause or something. You kind of go and there's always these decisions that you need to make, and you can't really like stop or something. You just kind of like go, and like if it's a store, you didn't do anything, you just kind of pass it. It's gone. Like you can't go there already. You need to like kind of manage to get in time. You need to have enough people to kind of like deal with everything that you get in time. Maybe kind of like the lack of stuff, so you have like need to choose, like you have a store or you have something else. For some NPC, for example, you need to choose who, like which one to pick in the end, because you're not gonna have time enough for everything. Like to get some sort of flow going, to make it kind of interesting and everything. That's why I also want to play like Stacklands and everything. I wanted to feel how this thing go. There was one Dink one too. I think I did add it in the wish list, did I? Maybe I didn't. It could be something like with dice actually and stuff too, like what's the name? The Betrayal at Club Low, for example. That one was really good. I want to explore something like that too. Like some sort of this like dice centered stuff too instead of cards. Yeah, it wasn't this one. Yeah, exactly, so exactly. That's what I want to do. I just start with some basics and then already like trying to get something on top of it. Man, like did I not add it? Oof. What was the name? Yeah, trying to like try to find something with these tags, but it's gonna be interesting. But maybe we'll see. Like I'll see. I probably will remember this one. I remember. Yeah, this one already looks also very weighted dang, but look at this shit also. Like like to figure out how what's like what makes the gameplay exciting, basically. Let's put it that way. Like how the flow and stuff is getting created. So you have these combinations here, for example, right? Like you use the rock on the coconut, get like the coconut shell, get the coconut of flesh in the milk, this kind of stuff. The water, sharpened stone and fish and everything. Yeah, this kind of stuff. This one kind of goes like way the dang though, but it's nice. It's nice. The coconut flesh milk, indeed. That's trending with his cards, yeah. Well, that would be what was the name rather? The island survival thingy. And in my, or you mean in like in my case, in a way, sorta. The cock with the rock I must. Maximum pain I must endure. The art direction certainly isn't driving positives. Yeah, that's like the gameplay stuff. That's the thing. And there's a lot of like, from what I figured, just like kind of like on your own, you just need to experiment and try things. This one is like very focused on this stuff. I still kind of want, you know, the encounters and narration sort of going to try to like make some of the narrative going, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I feel like it might be interesting, but I guess it's kind of like it depends. It really depends. Too close to Death Stranding too. Yeah, maybe he already has cards going there. He prepared. So yeah, there's just a bunch of this stuff there. A bunch of the card interactions, basically. And it looks really nice. Yeah, some sort of time and everything too. Lit the torch and stuff. Yeah, this one I also kind of want to check. That'll be interesting. But yeah, for now, gonna be Stacklands and the Cultist Sim that I gotta check for sure. Something else also I wanted to check. And the Banner Saga. Say, I plan to play Banner Saga at some point. It's an RPG though, so I will need to like commit more to that one. So yeah, we'll try different stuff there. So just like see how it works, how it clicks, and how I can like make something somewhat similar. But the main thing first is gonna be just to get like the basics pretty much done. Just like get the caravan that moves, that explores the world, and get the encounters. And might try to find something stuff. Let's see there, Musk. All right, 25-30 for the whole trilogy. That doesn't sound that much. Maybe something interesting like you can encounter something interesting in the world also. That's already kind of gonna be the narrative thingy. Like as soon as you got the idea how things move and interact, and then you already for those encounters you will need to write something, and for the world you will need to write something. And then already can think about other stuff, like what to do there. All once after another? Yeah, probably. Probably. Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm just kind of like, yeah, if you have a like Discord and here, obviously 280 ideas, like yeah, there was already like some nice stuff with like the little like the one-shot gun and everything, the card combinations and everything, this kind of stuff. Like already getting some ideas. So yeah, I'm open for all that stuff for sure. For sure. But in real sense, it might be since there's like some sort of combat, there's gonna be, you know, you're gonna be some like damaging of your characters. Then you will need to get like to scavenge for some healing, or you need to trade for some healing and stuff like this, for example, you know. Let's see there, Musk. I see. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I know about 3 chapters. I don't remember if I have all of them. Said at some point I think I got all of them already. I had like a couple for sure, but I think so. Yeah, the wagon car skins is DLC too. Yeah, I mean, not sure. Yeah, the wagon car maybe it's just like a group of people walking. It can even in the end end up in some sort of like what's the name? Like the auto battler or something. Like you just like also, you know, move around, and then there's some peaceful encounters happening where you can like resolve them somehow, or there's just gonna be like some enemies and there's just auto battling going on, and you know that's it, and everyone is just kind of like fighting automatically, the kind of like what was the name, the Despots game pretty much. Isly, hello, how we doing? The basics, well, I mean, it's not exactly like the cards are the center. The cards are basically just like, how do you say, like gamification of some like choices. So you can just like, you know, you met like that, just the text box that's gonna be like you met like, you know, a bunch of raiders. What you gonna do, you know, like attack, run, like bribe, whatever. You could do it that way. That's gonna be probably how it's gonna be in the beginning when there is like not enough other mechanics. Just moving world encounters. So you encounter, you pick what you do, or you can have like some sort of different like cards that are like cards are decisions in your hand pretty much. So you have the encounter, and instead of like having like a window that will ask you for decision, you just drag the right card that you feel that is right there to get the decision. But yeah, you can make it a bit deeper too, for sure. Give more than the paint. Well, I mean, it's just a sketch pretty much to explain the idea better. That's pretty much how it is. And it's also maybe partially about kind of like exploring different combinations of different cards and stuff you can get. Maybe characters with stats coming in play too and stuff. Could be anything. Yeah, Steve. Yeah. So like it's either like characters that you get on your caravan give you cards, or cards are the characters basically. So you have like negotiate, like someone with high charisma, you can send them to negotiate. You have someone with the high combat stats, you send them to fight. You have someone with like good, I don't know, like perception, agility, something, you send them to scavenge, for example. All paint art could work with the loading. Yeah, there is one. Encounter cards pool. What that's kind of like the what's the name? The loop hero in a way. That I was kind of I have one of the ideas like this in my notes. It's not very like fleshed out. I just kind of like had something. I wrote like I basically like think about something. I write it down. Sometimes I even like think about some like some like kind of thing that is happening in the game, sort of like mostly narratively wise, right? And I just write it all down, how I remember it, because I think it's cool, but like I have no idea how everything else gonna work, right? Just kind of like a bunch of ideas, like ideas backlog, sort of. Yeah, it could be just a loop hero too. Huh? So you have some sort of like build your encounters of sort, I guess. Yeah. And then you can like depending on what kind of encounters you build for yourself, you get different rewards. I mean, I guess. So like instead of you just kind of like put the cards on the map, and you get some sort of particular encounter there on the map, kind of like Loop Hero works. I need to play more of that too, actually. I only played the demo back in the day and bought it on on preview. The Loop Hero art was done in Paint. Wait, really? The fuck? Really? Damn. The Loop Hero art is always good. Interesting. Not even joking, I see. These uppers, insane games, man. Insane concepts. Yeah, cards are just visual representation and sort of like the gamification of thing. In a different way, but what you did also interesting. Yeah, like I mean, I was kind of entertaining that thought at some point too. The thing is, like, I'm not sure how to like kind of justify it, sort of. I guess. Like, if you have like encounter cards, I mean, you don't need to, right? It's just kind of well, whatever. It's magic, ain't gonna explain shit. So you have like some sort of like environment card, you have some sort of like enemy card or something, and then you just like throw them. It could be just scouts, for example, like scout every like turn scout gives you some sort of information on whatever path you can take further, and you just kind of like pick whatever. Well, that's also kind of decisions instead of cards, I guess, but that's an option too. And you just like pick whatever you want to pick there from what scout tells you. Maybe Scout tells you about a bunch of like encounters in the distance, and you can kind of like plan your path sort of by using the cards. There's a Gilded Dungeoneering also, where you kind of use cards to build dungeons that you after that kind of like go through. That was also pretty nice. I played on stream. That one also is interesting. There's a bunch of like ideas, but I guess initially just need to make like moving, some sort of encounter, maybe at least just like moving and encounter, like sort of like general encounter. So then you can adjust already what's going to happen there. And like it being traditional skill cards remind of microtransactions, but that's the thing. It's still skill though. That's the thing. I don't know. I think it's kind of the other way around though, because there's a lot of games that just succeed because things are cards. Like it could be dice, for example. Like I wouldn't mind doing something with like the dice stuff because I really liked how the Betrayal at Club Low looked. That was a really good. That was a really nice game. That was a really nice game. Could go with dice too, for example. Why not? The slice and dice. All right. I'm gonna play. It didn't dot. I think itself the library though, right? No, I did not. What it was. There is one I'm gonna check too. Hey, Benko, hello. I'll check. Come on. The dungeon, yeah. Yeah, this kind of stuff too. There's prologue version. I could check that. Could be done otherwise. Why cars? Cars is just kind of like gamification. I said you don't really need it for sure. You don't really need it for sure. But then it's kind of gonna be, you just like regularly every time you just get some encounter, you just like pick an option and you move on. That does work though, right? Like he's no, wait is it? Like there's a whole bunch of like the narrative games like that built on. Wait, what was it? Is it already reviewed? Nice, it's hidden because it's like visual novel or something. I think it tagged. Yeah, something like this for you too. This one doesn't. Yeah, this one also kind of like in a way sort of works. Like sure, you could do it that way, but I feel like cards are just like. I mean, I'm not sure about the immersion though. I feel like just like text might break immersion and stuff for people more. Like sure, you can go like for this, just like get a bunch of text and everything, or you can just like kind of intuitively see like that like well it gives you a bit of text obviously too, right? It's like a raider, for example, and you intuitively kind of just like pick like your the guard card or like a weapon card or something, for example, drop it on them, something happens, you have some sort of store or something on the way, you just drop someone there, it's gonna be scavenging or something. Hey, Banana, hello. How are you doing? Just kind of more to kind of like to make it fast, like more like snappy and everything. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, I mean that is kind of similar. It's just not like gonna be like you can replace cards with something else, I guess too. Yeah, it's just cards more like recognizable, and I think it's like the thing is like we're talking about in perfect case I would make the actual fucking 3D game where you actually go with that caravan, right, and you do stuff, and there is like the character system, and there's gonna be a karma system and other stuff, right? In perfect case, I would love to do that for sure. But right now, it's like the goal is to make some like, minimal viable product. Like something that actually works. So you can say, I made it, smiley face. Basically, that's the goal. And so it's playable and like hopefully enjoyable too, of course, right? But at least like the foundation that would be, used for something more. Yeah, easy to code. Exactly what Pony said. I mean, obviously, just encounter with the text would be even easier. That will be super easy. So we're going to start with that. Then maybe get the cards going. Maybe dice going. Maybe something else. The game engine is going to be Unity, but which I will need to learn and everything too. So that's going to be a very huge ride. It's like, it's right now it's talking like, oh, let's make this, let's do that. But that's going to be fucking years probably to come for that. And the goal, yeah, to make like the scope and the features as less as possible to make it like the minimal thing. So like as I said, like the goal is basically to get first at least just like exploration, go in stuff with encounters. Yeah, exactly. You can have some RNG with that too. Yeah. It isn't properly aligned, and yeah, you can also like just like have so many ideas. You just like clog everything in, and then you get this situation. And then at some point you'll just decide, I don't want leveling. I'm just gonna remove leveling here, and then like a whole mechanic is just kind of like, why well, then need stats and skills? Like, so let's remove them, and that makes like, all right, then combat is kind of like weird. Do we need combat then? Like elaborate combat system? Not really, because you know we just kind of like send the warrior. He like the raider is gone. There is no particular combat, so we're gonna remove that too. And then like boss is also not needed because like you just drop the card and the boss and he's kind of like gone, for example, right? Or you do the decision and boss is gone, so it's like the boss decision, so we don't need that either. And then it's like, you know, it just kills a whole bunch of things that are just kind of relying on that. 100% autoplay. I mean, yeah, sure, you could do that. The Road Warden looks poga. Yeah, Road Warden is pretty cool. Combat could work without any new skills. Yeah, that's the thing. That's like, for example, as Terma said, like you have like something, you know, like a scrap gun or something, for example, that you can get by combining like multiple cards, like say like gunpowder with like some scrap metal or something, for example. Boom, you got the gun. You can use it once on the raider, and then it's like gone. Maybe with a chance to damage yourself too, for example. Why not? The dice also could be really cool because like I said, like the survival club low was really nice. Like that concept also is very good. You can do something interesting with that too. And that one is the definition, not survival. Wait, survival. It's betrayal. This one is really nice. There's way to think too, but it's good. Yeah, so you also kind of just like dropping dropping dice. There's like you build the dice. Also, there's a pizza dice, and then you drop the dice, and you have like different. Basically, conversations are the dice throws, and then there's like kind of abilities there too. So you can like steal your enemies, for example, one of the die and everything. Like that was also really nice. And the cool part was also like that you could, for example, like get some kind of quests done or some like items acquired, and they would also like affect sort of like your throws and everything in a way, so you could implement the abilities and everything into, for example, you know. Build story with cards. Was it the one with the there was something about the kingdom one, I think, or something. Hebrew, dialogue, a little bit. When weapons items you use for combat. Yeah, I mean that's not necessary. Right? Like leveling and stuff. Like leveling and stuff, in my at least vision, would make sense for or like stats, not just like leveling. If the system is kind of like, you know, you have some character that is like more charismatic, character that is more like with strength, like characters that is better with the perception and stuff, for example, right? This kind of stuff. Then stats make sense. So you like, depending on who you send to deal with the situation, is gonna be different outcome. Maybe it's not like you send them, but they give you like the cards with different solutions that you can use on different things after, you know. You start working on that to figure how it works. But yeah, as I said, like the basic pretty much for now is to get like the encounters going. So like the core. And even that already gonna take forever. Let's put it that way. Like I wouldn't mind even like doing full like narrative center, just like decision stuff. I wouldn't mind. But I think it's also like with the either like cards or like dice or something like that, you can kind of try to find some sort of like middle ground. So like kind of like gameplay and narrative centered, but both are kind of not to super crazy extent. Because if you make everything full narrative, right, you just like travel and do some decisions and encounters, you kind of need some cool lore, some more depth, right, more text and stuff. So you can get away with like kind of no gameplay almost, sort of, right? But you need to compensate with that with like something else. Yeah, it's rains. True, true, yeah. Literally cards after cards. Yeah, could be also something in that vibe. Yeah, the thing is, Pony said cars are just it's just easy to like not easy even, right? But it's doable to make. Like not even saying that there's like for Unity and other stuff, there's just like the whole like modules and stuff and plugins you can get that will already have all that, right? You just like install and you already have like all the card system in. I'm gonna try to make from scratch probably. Then we'll see. Then we'll see. I think Godot also kind of had something like that. I remember like some people made already some sort of like module that just lets you make card game like easy, super easy. So your cards are just like easy because animations don't really need them. You just like drag the card in. You can add some like kind of like little ones to have some sort of movement going, right? But you just kind of like drop things around and it's just more easy. You just have like plain static art on the card, for example, right, with description, and that's why it's kind of easier that way. Some book story? Nah, I wanted to make something. I want to do something. I want to do something. Still need to be careful, but I have no idea actually. Probably a good idea to be careful. And I mean, I want to do something that is already kind of like not commercial, but you could at least maybe like put for free or something somewhere on Steam. If it actually works, if we test it and it's actually kind of okay, right, and people kind of enjoy it, then yeah, it would be nice to put it somewhere out there, at least on Nature and stuff, and then maybe on Steam too. And we'll see if we'll get there, when we'll get there. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. That's kind of like the benefit of of doing it all on stream and everything. Is gonna be people you will be able to at least kind of like bounce some feedback off and everything. Don't need to have a lot, but the game, your game is more gameplay centered though. That's the thing. So that's like what I mean. You need to kind of balance things out. Like you either kind of like if you have some cool gameplay in a game like this, then you don't need some crazy narrative for sure. But if your gameplay is kind of like not that good, then you need to learn to compensate, kind of like Road Warden and stuff. Like there's no like gameplay really. You just or this one too, right? There's like the gameplay is just you just like throw the dice and like move around the pretty small area actually. You just pick decisions and then you throw the dice. That's it. And see who wins, who loses, basically. Absolutely random. So, well, not absolutely, but very heavily random. You still kind of level and everything, right? But yeah, it's pretty much random. Then you don't need like some. Well, this one kind of need like the balance, I guess, in a way, with some narrative, I guess. Even though there's like completely, like very weird weighted in kind of narrative in this one, but I think that's also part of what makes it. That you have like the pizza dice and all that stuff, like with all the like the dudes like flying in the air all of a sudden and stuff like this, like the dankness. Union, hello. Yep. Pretty much. Certain chat member to shit on the world building. Yeah. Well, I mean, he will be able to give the feedback right in there, So we'll see. We'll see. The dank visuals, yeah. Like the dankness is kind of like what makes the narrative interesting, though. That's the thing. So it's still kind of narrative, I would say, like the universe, basically. Like the dankness of things happening on screen is part of like the universe, and that kind of also helps. Because if it'll be like serious game about this stuff, you probably like about like World War II or something, you probably wouldn't be enjoying it that much. Because that would be kind of a weird combination, not in the fun way weird, right? Plug in. Boom. The insane sketches. But yeah, for now, kind of something like I don't know, like I guess we kind of came up with it's a sort of like in a way weird like Oregon Trail or something. The feature stuff is kind of like for now the goal is gonna be to get this stuff done pretty much. Some sort of travel with the world and with encounters in that. Then on top of that, I got planned to get some of those things. Not all of them though, most likely. Most likely not all of them. and to make some sort of like minimal, viable product that will be finished, wrapped up, and you can actually do stuff with, play and everything. Hey, Onyx, hello. How we doing? Hey, you boy, hello. The Karavadir, I guess. Well, I mean, it kind of sounds like it. As with Karavanir. Karavanir 2 there was. Like the Tobar. Nice translation, bro. Yeah, that actually kind of looks like it, yeah. In a way, I would say so. Oh, this one it was with the fast travel like this. All right. That's a bit dank. That's a bit dank. No, and then there's like a bunch of stuff like this. All right. Yeah, it's more like the caravan simulation. That's pretty cool, though. That's actually interesting. Ah, I see, boy. I see. Interesting. Thank you, Onion. Thank you. Side attack, I plan Unity. I plan Unity because we already have some people who kind of knowledgeable a bit with Unity. And I mean, that's a skill that is kind of like may be useful if I will need to look for some work or something eventually. You never know where life takes you, so that is kind of the goal. That's the reason behind it, I guess. I was thinking Godot or Unity, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna pick Unity, and then I'm gonna go, as I said, like from zero pretty much, because like all my coding is Pascal Basic and C from year 2004, 5, around that time, mostly. Which was just studying on special courses too, but still there was no application for that. So we were studying a bunch of stuff, which I've obviously forgot, and we didn't really use it to something good. Except of like doing some, tasks that we were provided with. So we'll see. Yeah, the feature creep is not gonna. It's not something I'm gonna try to avoid. It's pretty big for the first time. You think? I mean, it kind of sounds big, but the thing is, it's just gonna be like, as I said, like this is pretty much how it's gonna look. It's either going to be just like sort of stills, or it's going to be like animated, just like sliding, repeating background with like motion imitation animation on like the caravan, or it's going to be just a group of people walking or something. And then you're going to encounter some things that you will be either dealing with just in text, at least first, and then maybe like going for some of the card stuff. I'm going to try to do Stacklands, and the cultists seem to try to look what's the appeal and what you can do something cool with the what's the name, with kind of gameplay, to apply cards, maybe apply dice or something, just something that is pretty much like not super hard to do, because as I said, obviously I would love to do something like super elaborate and cool, but yeah, that's gonna take, even this gonna take forever, because like the time is already limited, so it's gonna be interesting. I'll try like to do something next week also, but next week also is Next Fest, so there's gonna be a lot of shit to play, a lot of demos and everything, and I already got like some stuff sent to me, which you already could see, which some of it gonna be this week, some of it gonna be next week. And Superfuse, Sons of Valhalla, and Raidborn. These gonna be available on Next Fest, by the way, but I got a bit early, so we'll see. I'm gonna try them on Friday probably. So I got some stuff to play already, and the Next Fest didn't even start, so we'll see. We're gonna fit all of this. Yeah, we'll see. A bunch of it probably gonna go for the YouTube streams too, potentially. We'll see. Dude, like I'm writing shit down like all the time. Like I have a bunch of ideas, but a lot of them are just kind of, oh, this is cool thing, I'm gonna write it down, and then like it's just gonna there with this like amount of text, and it's not elaborate. But technically you can elaborate on those more. Like ideas is something I have plenty, but ideas are, ideas don't cost shit. That's the thing. It's all about what you can make out of this. Ideas, everyone has plenty. Once a week are not gonna work out. I mean, they're gonna take forever, but the thing is I'm gonna do it first, like that. I plan to do more. I just kind of want, like, the thing is, like, is the start, because what I need to figure out is how I will do all the learning, because I will need to watch guides and stuff, for sure, 100%. And a lot of people wanted to see the whole process and stuff, right? So I'm not going to be doing it off stream, I'm going to be doing it on stream. so we can do it together and try to figure things out. So I will need to figure how to do that better, when to do that better. Like on YouTube side streams, that would be perfect. But YouTube is more stingy and tricky with the watching other YouTube videos on your stream and stuff. I'm not sure exactly how good that is and how that will work. That would be perfect though, because I do like evening streams and stuff that way, and we're just gonna watch some guides on evening streams and then like try to apply it later. We'll see. We'll see. I will try to do it. Yeah, it's just gonna take long, but I mean, not in the rush. Not in the rush, And we'll see. If I get into it, I would love to like do more and more. Like I'm just gonna like start and slowly, but steady go. At least once a week, then doing more and more. If you don't comment everything or make notes in general, we'll see how that will go. We'll see how that will go. Like I kind of like lately, especially, I've pretty shit like the short-term memory, but my long-term is quite decent though. So hopefully, but it also might over time get very huge. So yeah, that might get kind of tricky. Yes, Union. All right, thank you, thank you. Yeah, just try to get going, see where it goes. Yeah, maybe it's like not my jam whatsoever. Maybe I shouldn't even try all the like Unity and stuff. Like I like all the like theory crafting, like game mechanics and stuff, and like have a lot of experience with like so many games and shit I played over time. But yeah, it's all completely different from just like sitting down and actually grinding that shit. That's different. Not to mention like art. I'm like, as I said, like this is like the peak art for me basically. The sound and everything, forget about it whatsoever. So all I have is just a bunch of ideas and imagination and some outdated already kind of smelling not super well from age skills in languages that no one even uses anymore. Sì, può essere. Hilton, hello. Yeah, what up? The insane planning, man. The insane planning. But we'll see. I don't think it's gonna be like the super grind. Like I'm gonna go in and just kind of like go ham. But you never know. Maybe. Yeah, it's all the paint, man. It's already made. It's gonna add NFTs and sell. I mean, that's an NFT already. The rare one. The rare one. Sionia. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like we're talking and people are like, like also with like a bunch of different ideas and stuff, and that's cool. But yeah, like this will be working better in the true, but no, it's gonna be hard to make. Like even basic stuff gonna be hard to make, but that's what I want to do. That's what I want to learn. So I wanted to try. Let's put it that way. I have this issue with like I will always like want to get into a lot of things. I'm always very curious about things, and then I just kind of like have no time to do it. So hopefully there will be time for this. Hopefully there will be. The whole 6 months. Yeah, that's good. Like the UI and everything too. And it's also gonna be insane. Gonna keep all that shit in mind also. But yeah, for now, gonna be also very, very important to check some of the inspirations. I want to see how those things made. Sì, potesse. Making decades already? Yeah, it could be. It could be a long time. Let's see, Onion. All right. Yeah, lemon, hello. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, newbies. Hopefully, it's gonna be like we're gonna start slow, then we'll see. Like, I just hope I'm gonna get into it, get comfortable with doing stuff. That's like important thing on stream always too, right? You just need to get like into it, into the grind, get comfy with it, and then you can do it like way easier and way more comfortable in general. So hopefully, Super slow with 25 days. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine. I can imagine. And yeah, it's a similar aim to learn game dev. That's the thing. That's the thing. I want to get some sort of like prototype going, and then maybe something out of it already and expand. And then we'll see. Then we'll see. It's like a lot of things I want to try. I'm gonna try to go for Unity all done. Not tilt too much. Well, I mean, I don't think I get that much, to be honest, personally. If anything, I get this thing. If I get stuck on something, I might be just like going ham way too much to just solve it, and until I solve it, and I really don't like leaving something unsolved. That's the problem whenever I did my bits of coding back in the day. So we'll see how that will go. We'll see how that will go. Yeah, right now it's just kind of like, like right now from this position, you just look at it and you see just like, this fucking huge mountain that you need to climb, and that looks very, imposing and scary. When you start doing and you get somewhere, that should be more doable. But looking at that, remembering all the all of the stuff with coding I did back in the day, and that's not even like scratching whatever you will need, especially all the like modern, more fancy stuff, and it's crazy. Yes, I see. True, true. Well, I mean, we have the glorious chat for that too, so that's nice. That is always nice. We'll see. It might all like a lot of things might change here and everything. Maybe it's not gonna be cards. Maybe it's not gonna be dice or something. Maybe it's gonna be something completely different. It all gonna go. The thing is just to start. You're building one thing upon another thing without breaking all those dependencies. Because then you're gonna need to rework a whole bunch of shit just because you decided to change something at the base. So gonna start with basics and then climbing up from them and building on top of that. And then hopefully avoiding the feature creep and all that stuff and the scope issues, and hopefully getting somewhere. But yeah, it's gonna be like the learning process. That's gonna be a bunch. So yeah, we'll see how I will do that. The modern buildings he's pulling old timey card. Well, because some post-apocalyptic stuff. That's that kind of was the way to to show that it's card sorta. Not necessarily a card. It could be just like a group of people walking, for example. Could be some like Fallout style, just like a car, cut in times for in parts, for example, being just sort of card. Could be something like that. Could be something like that. Might be pulled by some animal. Might get some horsen. Might get some mutated horsen or something. Yeah, the goal was just to basically get some like stuff that I like. Get the post-apocalyptic vibe going to it. Get potentially card mechanics because it's one of the stuff I like and that is like not super hard to make. Well, compared to some other things, let's put it that way. And and get some sort of then narrations and everything going on there. Maybe sort of roguelike even. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not sure exactly. Not sure exactly what would be better about it. How to proceed with that. That we're already gonna see with how things will be going. The zebra skins, yeah, exactly. The mutant zebra. Maybe. So yeah, like any ideas, everything is all welcome. All the backseating whenever it's gonna start and stuff with people who already did something absolutely welcome. I'm a noob with that stuff. The only thing is just like outdated coding shit and some game design books that I read recently. That's pretty much all there is to it. And I still digging through like a bunch of information all the time and trying to. So yeah, just part of my more in-depth ventures into the video games, starting to get interested not just how to play, but how it's all done and the logic behind it, in the industry too in general. Yeah, no. So we'll see. And backseat on things I don't know shit about. I mean, you can at least give feedback and stuff too. Absolutely. Have people with experience, at least with experience playing a lot of games for sure. A lot of people like that. A lot of people like that. And people who will, well, I mean, shitting on my art and stuff will be easy, because that's the top tier. That's as far as it will go anyway, That's as far as it goes, this art, pretty much. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this will go. Next week will probably gonna be loaded, but maybe I'll try. Like on my day, also gonna be off tomorrow and Thursday. Gonna try to maybe look into how to proceed with like the guides and stuff. Like, will I be able to just watch that on like YouTube streams, for example, in the evening? The 3 games you can backseat, yeah. And we're gonna after the day also gonna hop on Stacklands and Altis Sim. We'll see. Maybe I will even kind of like rework a bit of this this concept a bit. Maybe it's gonna be working somehow else. Maybe. A big lol. No, see, nice. Well, I mean, that's something. That's something. Like you don't need to go for something crazy, cool, commercially successful, and even like finished. As long as you have fun, that's the important part. And if you're not lazy, gonna take 2-3 years. Yeah, shit takes time. Shit takes time for sure. Yeah, it's nice. Also, like the cucumber with his insane art and everything. Dude, so yeah, plan to. So I mean, if some people will be like willing to kind of join and collaborate with this stuff in a way, like the core I will try, but like with art and everything, I for sure will probably need some assistant because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I will be able to myself. We'll see. I kind of don't mind really like getting into like learning also some of the art stuff a bit, but I just feel that yeah, like the schematic penis is my magnum opus basically, and I'm not sure if I'm capable of more. Not to mention it's gonna take even more time. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's gonna be kind of solo, but like the art part, I have a feeling not really. Not to mention sound also and everything. Well, I guess that you can kind of try to find like in the libraries and everything, but yeah, still on the schedule. Nah, not yet, not yet. Let's see, Bigelow. Let's see. I mean, it should. It should. Pixels have color equals good. Yeah. No exact schedule for now. No exact schedule for now. I'll figure. Like next week's gonna be a next fest, so it's gonna be a full fiesta. But I still maybe will try to find something. Streamers making game with chatters is the meta right now. I see. I haven't seen a lot. The majority of work too. No, well, that I don't want really. I want to. If anything, I want to kind of like the how would you say the coexistence rather than parasiting. That's pretty much it. Gonna get the symbiosis instead of being parasiting and everything. Mostly for the reason that I just want to learn shit. That's the thing. Sound will be down, as I said. Like all the Discord, the game dev channel and stuff is there, and you know, in chat obviously always. Like I'm always, especially a lot of our regulars and everything have a lot of good takes and stuff. A lot of our regulars actually work in game dev in different departments, so I am listening a lot and have released games here and everything too, and working in studios too. Nice, all good. I see it. That's one you made 8 months ago. It's like the somewhat of a Heroes of Might and Magic-ish. That seems good. That seems nice. That seems nice. Why not? Why not? From Meta a month ago. I see. That's already, there's already stuff going on. That is already impressive. You have the stats and everything there too, and abilities. Is nice. Is nice, man. Playable, yeah, that's the important part. Oh yeah, the direction of attack and stuff too. Send it to clapping. Clapping already down probably. So have a lot of PPA takes. Why not? PPA takes are also important to have. Need all the takes. Seems good, man. Good luck. Good luck. Looks good, eh? It looks good. So yeah, we already today saw like the brainstorming and everything. It was nice. That was nice. A little bit. So there's already like a bunch of different. Yeah, I guess I need to get like some loop hero, maybe onion. Sure, that would be nice. If you would be down. Just gonna start, see where it goes, and maybe it's just gonna be one of those like endless things that never will get anywhere. Maybe it will be somewhere. That would be nice. I would be down. I would be down. Get some collabing there. I see there, Musk. I see. Well, I mean, you can at least you can at least judge. You can judge the stuff we're gonna be making. You know. And look at it. Maybe you'll see that you will decide that process is not too bad. Maybe you'll find people who will be down to deal with the dink process, and you can take over the art part. There's actually like I heard a bunch of people like that. There's a lot of people who don't want to mess with like art, story, and stuff. They just want to sit down and do the coding stuff. They just like love this shit. I wouldn't really think about it, but yeah, they are. Old Tana's with the game dev stuff. Have you sent any of your games to me? Because like the card stuff there seems like something something I could play even. That one seems I was like how did I miss that one? How did I miss that game? Even though like I'm like not as much of a card connoisseur nowadays. Coding mostly most art from Unity store. I see. Yeah, like the one of the coding PPGs as well. I see. Yeah, see, like there's a lot of people who like the dankness of the process. They don't like or can't do like the art stuff and everything. So I see, Otan. I see. Nice. It's supposed to be a tabletop one. I see. Well, I mean, still, why not? Design the game around your skill. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's like I mean, there is a bunch of like how this called like no code or whatever, right? Like just a bunch of engines and everything that people just you just do visual stuff, for example. That's it. Not to mention, I mean, the Road Warden, right? And Road Warden is like just one of the few, really. I see what I see. Years of the visual novel. I mean, why not? That should be a good one at least. Because a bunch of other ones probably not taking 2 years. Oh yeah, it's just not gonna show wishlist. Re. Like for there are engines for these now too. Like you just need art. You just need your art and your writing. Waste of loading, yeah, true. But you just need art and writing, and that's it. Like the game engine is like pretty similar. There is like you can maybe even like just take a dedicated like visual novel engine. There's a bunch, I think. There are a few. And just like, just this visual novel engine doesn't mean you need to make like a weeb, the anime booba stuff. You can just do whatever you want. Just don't like, I mean, it is visual novel in a way. I see what's on, alright. Yeah, Undertale and stuff too. Bud Gear, Taru. The smart to start projects from zero. Let's see. Well, I mean, it says you can just start alone also with what I'm gonna be doing and stuff, and just do your stuff. For example, we'll see. Because I'm also gonna be starting from zero. At least you know code, and I don't. I would say. Like even what I did years and years ago, I don't remember. And even that, I doubt. I mean, there probably is some game dev engines on Pascal or something, most likely. Not sure why would you CBT like this. A visual novel first, and then thought this could use a card game. I see. All right. Well, that's exactly what's gonna happen here, though, because it's gonna be just encounters and stuff first, which is technically kind of visual novel with decisions, and then it's gonna like let's add the cards in that, and then it's gonna be oof, oof. But I probably would be down though. But now it's just kind of like to learn things. That's the main thing. Don't even like thinking about like succeeding with that stuff. Just like making something that hopefully will work, something final. If people will enjoy that, that'll be amazing though. But we'll see. We'll see. Knowing artists personally. Artists are kind of people like, not just artists, I guess, right? Like, it's not that simple even if you know them personally. Let's put it that way. The art is complicated, man. Ain't that simple. But yeah, Chads can do actually also Termask. Like there is a bunch you can see on each, I think. What is might be a good idea for you? Let me see. They have this, I think, right page? Yeah. Yeah, you can go for this thing, for example, the game jams. You can just find whatever you kind of like prefer. A Tofu fan game jam if you want some weeb stuff. A whole bunch of like different game jams. You can just kind of like look into it and just like join some like team or some dude who's making some game just with art and everything, for example. Like just like people who make some real quick, fast game projects, basically. Very simple. Super time. It depends. It depends. I think this pretty much kind of shows the length of them. So like see some of them are, weak. Some can be longer. Some of them super fast and everything. Yeah, the time limited it's kind of like a different vibe to it. You just kind of you become a build differently, I guess. Let's put it that way. Because you kind of need to like instead of like trying to go for like some ideas and stuff you need to go for the time limit, so you kind of build ideas and everything around that, and a lot of games are products of game jams in the end, because something just works good and then they just iterate on that and keep going. Motivation is the biggest issue. I think it's for everyone, really. I think it's for everyone. The thing is, if you like kind of like work already and everything, it's just whatever. Just do it at your pace. If you do it, if you finish it, good. If you don't, well, I mean, it's just a side thing. It's a hobby stuff. Like it's an issue if you like threw everything away just to become game dev or something. Then it's an issue when you don't have motivation to become a game dev in the end, because then your kind of life depends on that in a way. Let's see, when you're nice, nice. Solo game jam and VR, damn son. Well, like a game jamming VR game. Don't do it for the money. Yeah, that probably too. That works with everything, to be honest. Like when streaming and other things, yeah, like you can aim for it. No, you can hope for it, but don't expect it. Yeah, I think both, like probably game dev, unless you go like commercial game dev, which is at least kind of good thing about game dev, right? If you manage to do something and something final and finished, I mean, kind of like Onion did, right? Basically, like you probably just use some of your projects as portfolio just to get in the company, right? They probably kind of like judge by that rather than something else. Like if you have something to show that you did and something finished and released and stuff, then you have good chances at least. Streaming is kind of different, right? If you just show like, well, I'm a streamer, like, well, everyone is a streamer. You just press start streaming and you're a streamer technically, right? So it's kind of a bit harder to commercialize your streaming career if you need it to go somewhere. But game dev, it's a little bit at least easier. But with streaming, you also kind of get quick feedback. Like, you know, like for example, you like press the start streaming, right? You press start streaming for a month, for a year, and you see that, you know, it's not really going that well. So you kind of like, all right, fine, whatever. I'm just gonna go like find job and stuff, for example. And with game dev, you kind of work on shit for a while, probably a long while, right? Without seeing, will it work? Will it not work? Will it, you know, get somewhere? Will it not get somewhere? And then you kind of release and it didn't get somewhere. And all your years kind of like go down the drain in a way. Fly straight to US after one day in the game, it did terribly. So like just like some sort of ideas there or something that were good or some shit. Microsoft job in AR or something. All right. Interesting. Nice on you. Nice. All right. Well, made stuff too. That's good. That's good. Telling a joke and waiting 2-3 years for the response. Yeah, at least we kind of on stream get the response instantly. So you can kind of like. That's why it's kind of nice for me, sort of, to like do also the game dev stuff because I already kind of, you know, here. I already do something. Like it's just gonna be also like part of the content and it's interesting to people. That's why I noticed, and that's what I'm kind of like turning my stream into, sort of, for a while already, right? Because like I'm a fucking nerd, man. I like seeing how things go with games and with industry and everything. And I realized that people also like that, so I was like, you know, the Tokyo Drift from doing the regular stuff, you know, and like being with other streamers and stuff. I just Tokyo drifted into my shit because that's nice. I like it here. It's comfy, man. And if I can get some game dev going and it will be going somewhere, I would love that. That would be amazing. Oh, Asia Break on Switch actually? Nice, alright. Wait, never saw $1 from Steam from Asia Break? Wait, what the fuck? Really? What the fuck? I actually like read about like one game also, yeah, that like didn't like do whatsoever pretty much on Steam, but on Switch it was like pretty good. Interesting, huh? That's weird. So, like I guess just didn't get any like what's the name? Any exposure, any impressions sorta. Which is weird because like I don't know, I'd like I legit actually played for like I mean it's not like some crazy, right? Like numbers, I would say. But like I tell you that, like I don't really usually play a lot of stuff that I get like from developers and everything for longer than like 3 hours. I just like showcase. And even sometimes when I like it, I will be like, yeah, no. Some other time I will continue, maybe. Sometimes I do. That was one of the cases because I did. I think I even played on off stream at some point because it was just interesting to see how things go. I unlock a bunch of stuff. After that, I already like, all right, enough. I see Onion, I see. Gaming, brewing, coffee making, cooking, developing. Yeah, I feel like brewing is like a little like too much for that, but I will still do some probably. Yeah, just usually like do like 3 hour like demo segment on Fridays. I try to. And sometimes I do more, sometimes not really. It's kind of time thing also. Like you like there is so much stuff to play, dude. It's insane. I don't know how people have nothing to play. There is always a bunch, like way too much. You know, I also kind of like again when I started like looking more into like the game dev and stuff. I want to play shit that I never really wanted to play before. Like the Citizen Sleeper, I want to play now. You know, like all that stuff. Norco, I want to play also. Like all those things with the that I would before never really touch. I want now. Yeah, I mean that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff, Onion. I think it was. Think it was nice because some of the like the mechanics and everything, they were just like interesting to combo stuff. Like it maybe wasn't like something groundbreaking, but it was fun. It was fun seeing how some builds and things come together. When, for example, I managed to break shit right when you needed to patch stuff because things got a bit too dank. No. I'm just glad it's done. Yeah, that's also why you like should kind of take it small first. But yeah, I have this like thing when I like I'm a very curious person. I could get on like Wikipedia or some other stuff and I can get lost for hours because I just like learning about stuff. But I always like go on surfaces. Like I pick something, fiddle with it, look at it a bit, and then I'm gone, sorta, right? Like apparently there's even like some names for things like this, pretty much. With stream I kind of got more deep into things, sorta. But I still not that. Like even like the coffee making, for example, like I'm not really like experimenting with it too much. I just kind of like I did try different things and then I just like stuck to what I kind of like doing and I just doing it and whatever. Like I'm not adjusting the grind, adjusting temperatures. Like with brewing I would love to do some more though, but yeah, the problem is the space. Like, dude, I just already have like the bottle standing from the last batch. I need to do another batch, and I have this like the fucking bucket standing and stuff, right? Like, you need a lot of space. Like, if you have a house or something, that would be nice. That would be amazing. You can make like a lot of brewing for sure. But it's annoying in apartment, especially in small apartment. It's not super small, but like nowadays studios are smaller, but it's still not that big. And yeah, hopefully with the game dev, at least it's gonna be kind of like this, that I'm gonna get into it. Because also game dev is not something you just like, it's not like you're gonna go and stream live and just like sit in Unity, like, just like doing something, whatever. You kind of have some, goal to do, get somewhere. But yeah, the finishing the game is exactly what I want. Exactly what I want. I see you, nice. The cooks, amazing, amazing. Yeah, finishing is really good. Finishing is really good. That's why I wanted to do it. And yeah, in the end, yeah, the most important stuff you got experience and you made it somewhere else. Like I was looking also into like getting into game design because like I learned code. You know why I went to go to the courses to learn coding and stuff, because I wanted to make games. Because when I was like fucking 6 or something, I told my mom that I want to make games. I even remember where it was and how it was. Somehow, like I have the visual memory, and I think it's kind of attached to the fact that I had like one toy that was like a weird, like purple-ish plastic little Chinese robot. I remember. So I was with that robot on the bus to like the hospital for some like a checkup, the regular stuff basically. And I told my mom that I want to make like, I guess she was asking or something, kind of like this like conversation pretty much to distract me in the bus and stuff. And I told that I want to make games. And then I went like courses when I was like 13. I went to the courses that were in the university. So I was working in the university, the little pipiega dudes with my schoolmate also, classmate. We were going to the courses together, learning Pascal for 2 years. Then for 1 year, we were learning C. It was fucking useless because like the stuff was pretty much like, all right, we're gonna do we have like the array, so you just need to find minimum in the array, maximum in the array, and then you need to like do some transfer, like flip it or something, this kind of stuff. And this was for 3 years pretty much. Then at some point arrays became matrices, right? Like do the same in the matrix, transpond or whatever. I'm not sure. I even don't remember Russian words for that, but English I already completely forgot and maybe didn't even know. Transpond in the matrices and stuff like this. And we were like 13. When I started, I was 7th grade, yeah, I think. So like we didn't even get close to that. Like matrices you don't even do in school whatsoever. So just like a bunch of school pipiegas who just like starting trigonometry or something probably, and we already like doing the matrices there. Why? We had no idea. Like we never got like, the feel why we are doing it. Why you do that with the matrix or something. Why you doing it with the array. You just do it. You need to find this, do this with it, like, you know, flip it, do different things with this, and that was it. Like, we never did anything graphical. I think we did like some with the graph library, but I was like literally just like drawing circles and like well, it was Pascal, right? It was running in DOS basically. We were just like drawing circles on the window of different colors and stuff. Whoa, dude, insane. Like we did nothing, you know, like applicable. Like okay, it's a matrix. Like you transposed it, what it might, you know, mean in some like where can you use that knowledge? Let's put it that way. We never got that. Like I was doing it, I was interested, but I never like, you know, understood even how to apply that somewhere. I see, I see. That's actually good though, because all the math stuff I don't remember whatsoever. I used to be okay with that, but it was mostly in school and in college, like university math, like you know the mathematical analysis and stuff. That I barely touched that shit, honestly. I guess so. That I guess, yeah. Like I wish back then there was already like all this stuff at like the game dev schools and everything. I would love to do that, but that was just coding, and that was back then. That was like early 2000s. You know, I thought, well, games are made by coders, right? Because you know, like Romero and everything. Hey, Portable, hello. Doing good, man. Doing good. How are you, sir? And now I'm kind of like, well, not now, even later down the line. I was like, well, shit. I realized that you know, like I want to make games from creative standpoint, right? I want to kind of like think games. I want to like kind of like come up with mechanics, come up with lore and stuff. Like the mechanical, like what's under the hood, I kind of don't really care too much. I mean, it's still kind of interesting to me, and I kind of can do it somehow, I guess. Well, could. We'll see. Hopefully, I'll get back to it. But yeah, I just kind of realized that I want a different thing. I want game design. I don't want to be a coder. And then, yeah, when like all this shit started last year ago, I was like, shit, well, like all my, you know, stream might just, I mean, I was already getting no money, right? I was like, shit, everything might just flop. Like, what I gonna do? Like, where I gonna return? We're making websites. Don't want to. Fuck that shit. Crypto stuff. Well, that stuff is like, you know, today you're a king, tomorrow you're a hobo, basically. Like, you can't do it like reliably, basically. Too much random there stuff. Like, I got lucky back in the day. It doesn't mean that I can constantly make it something reliable, right? Like, what else can I do? I have 2 diplomas, man. I finished college and university. And they're useless, basically. Like, what am I gonna do? So I was like, what I'm even interested in. I guess I could go with some game dev stuff. And I started looking into it, and then it kind of became interesting. And then it became interesting. Well, that's a loud word, I guess, to say portable, but yeah, planning to. Planning. No see onion, alright. I see pony, okay. Yeah, matrices, I think from what I know, matrices are used a lot for shaders actually or something, right? Like a lot of like graphical stuff actually use matrices a lot. But yeah, we thankfully probably not gonna need to do with that. I see, so I see. Why not? Why not? Yeah, I see, Djibouti, I see. At least you made a game, you see? Like the interfaces we had, it was like a DOS window where it was just like type in numbers to fill the matrix. You just type in the numbers, press enter, then like, you know, pick what function you want to do, like find maximum, find minimum, you know, transpond and stuff like this. You press that and you get the outcome. And then teacher comes, checks, puts the numbers he knows, checks the result. Good shit. Goodbye. Like, perfect grade. Goodbye. That's pretty much how it was. Picking the sound effects, yeah. And coordinate transformations, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like if you go down like to the more, you know, technical stuff, it's used a lot, yeah, for sure. But like all that math, I'm just like, bro, yeah, I don't remember that shit whatsoever. So I just realized that I want to kind of go the game design way, and I started looking like game design courses, how to get a game design job. I realized that you can't, like, there's no such thing as like starting as a game designer. Even like the junior one is kind of like hard. You need to get through some other ways or to have some sort of portfolio. Maybe then you can try. And all the courses are mostly garbage, unless you like get lucky. Like there are courses that, like for example, the Ice Pick Lodge. One of the dudes from Ice Pick Lodge, the main guy, he's a teacher in one of the courses here. The guys who made Knock Knock, More, Utopia. Always forgetting. It's like not Pandemic, not Epidemic. It's what the fuck was that? Pathologic. Pathologic. They made those guys. Like they like one of the people there, like he's a teacher there, so technically, you know, like maybe you can like some networking through that. And I heard someone getting into what's their name, Owlcat Studios, for example, from the courses too, as a writer, or like you know, the writer assistant or something. That sounds cool, but the thing is, yeah, you basically kind of forget about streaming. Then you just go pay money, study, hope that you will get like picked up like this. And if not, then you again go to point A, nothing, but you already like ditched the streaming and stuff technically, right? So you like even more fucked. So yeah, I just kind of want to just go with the like what already works for me, right? And then like do something on the side, and I'd rather stick to that, to be honest. Like I would rather not go any like commercial game dev and shit. I would just rather like, you know, do it as like streaming content while still do, you know, all the regular streaming, because I like streaming, but I also like always dream to make games. So that would be kind of cool if I could do both. That would be amazing. I see, Onion. I see. Yeah, they usually here like require you to like on game design openings. They require you to actually like have a basic understanding of Unity, so you pretty much can like, you know, make like what's the name, like the gray box like testing. So you could just like, you have some ideas for mechanics, you can build like prototype real quick and like test how those mechanics will work, like with no models, anything, you know. So they still kind of ask you usually to know something like that. So you don't go, I guess, to coders and others like, yo guys, can you make me like, you know, the test environment real quick for my ideas that I might scratch, you know, tomorrow. So yeah, you still kind of need a bunch of that. A bunch of that. But we'll see, we'll see. 80% games on Steam done by copy pasting. Yes, it's so clutter. I mean, yeah, and I don't think it's even that bad. That's why I also kind of like, you know, like the AI stuff is, it requires regulation and stuff. I do agree with that a lot, but I hope it's gonna be something for people to like be able to just make their ideas, you know, into like games and stuff, just because they will be able to do something with no investments, and maybe there'll be a lot of, you know, like very cool, talented people suddenly surfacing just because they live in some, you know, really poor country and they don't know art and everything, but they have some cool visions and ideas that they can deliver now because they can just like use those assets and stuff, for example. That's nice. Hopefully it'll done. Hopefully, yeah. I guess, man, cow, in a way, yeah. Well, some people go through QA and everything, but yeah, it's like you basically need to go through something that is not really super interesting for me. I guess coding was interesting for me at some point, so we'll see. Hopefully it still can be. I would say it's like more about, you know, just like having some sort of like goal and then actually figuring it out. And that feeling I always loved. When you need something to do, you start doing something, doesn't work, and you get this like, you know, like the eureka moment and stuff, and everything works and you just like feel good. That's nice. That's a good feeling. I see, Onion, I see. Nice. Well, I mean, maybe we'll have something going. And we have some people also, well, like Third Mask, for example, who would love to work on games, and he's a really good artist. But yeah, he's a very artistic individual though. So yeah, prepare. Might take some time until inspiration arrives, and then he also can criticize your ideas a lot. Don't tell him you like Elden Ring too. Finding people who don't quit 2 weeks in, yeah. Yeah, newbies, yeah. I mean, like, kind of like smart idea I was thinking about, right? With this like caravan stuff. I was like, what if you can like do the game like that, but for like, for example, like Fallout, right? That's more for Fallout nerds, I guess, right? Like when the foundation of Brotherhood of Steel, right? When Maxon took the remaining like soldiers, their families, and everything from Mariposa base and went towards the Lost Hill bunker, right? So you could like make it this way, for example, like instead of caravan, you just have like a bunch of Brotherhood of Steel with their families, and you go towards Lost Hill. You have like encounters with like raiders and other stuff on the way until you arrive there. That's obviously, you know, all the copyright stuff. But like, can you like, for example, like make the base and then you just kind of make the mod for your game that kind of does that? I mean, maybe that's kind of like, you know, a little bit of an interesting way to kind of circumvent stuff, you know, kind of maybe. It's just a mod, you know, not commercial. But you can do it here. 3D modeling is a hobby? Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? I feel like for artistic stuff, I suck. Like that, which kind of sad because like I have a lot of like imagination. I feel like could be maybe kind of okay with that, but I do suck. I can't draw for shit. Like the PPG in the kitchen is my magnum opus. That's why I'm not removing it for a while. You see big low. I see. Nice. Yeah, I feel like through that game jams and stuff, you can find also like a bunch of people to team up with. I mean, that's cool stuff too. Yeah, when you work with when you do something with others, that's really cool. It's better when you like, you know, in person, of course, not online. Because like as I said many times, like the best time in my life was when we were living with my friends in the rent apartment with like, you know, one couch for a bed, the inflated mattress that also had a hole later that I was sleeping on, and the couch and the armchair in one wardrobe, and that's it. Oh, in one stool, I think. That was a table for my friend's PC, basically. And we did like this for a few months, and like we all were working on the same stuff on like websites and everything, and we all like, you know, eating porridge with water and everything, and that was the best time because we were just like on the same wave. We were just all, you know, doing the same stuff, trying to, you know, to kind of make a living out of that stuff. It was good. Yeah, bro. All right, fine. I'm gonna find you the pics for that. I actually have pictures of that shit. I think so. I think I showed them before already too. What is that shit? This one, right? Yeah, like this was a setup, you know. This was the setup. that's how we were living, for example. That was my old PC. That's like pretty much like, you know, well, not half the room, but like 1/3 of the room, basically. You can see the glorious stuff. 1 second. Yeah, that's Sony Ericsson. Nice. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's my setup there. That was my setup there. This is where I sleep. This was the hole in the mattress. You can see with just duct tape that shit pretty much. There was some like super expensive cognac or shit. That was like the most expensive thing in the whole apartment probably. Like one of our friends bought that shit. So that's how we were working there pretty much. That's my office. That was my office there. What else? What else was there? Oh yeah, this also. Yeah, that's another side of the room. That's basically like where my friend was like playing PC because we had no table or anything. So yeah, that's how it was. There's a router there and everything. There's a mattress in the corner. Living the life there, man. Living the life. Oh yeah, and that's where like two of my friends lived. Like I slept on the floor. Yeah, that's my friend's laptop. That's my laptop. That's where they're like sitting and stuff. So you saw all the room there. that's where we lived basically and worked and everything. It was best time, dude. Like I like if I would get an option to return, like anytime, dude. Like I would just in no time, like ditch this apartment and live like this with friends for a while. And I know like my friends also, at least one of them is also on the same vibe for sure. So that would be amazing, dude. That would be amazing. Oh yeah, that was us. We got some gifts and we were celebrating with some beer on plastic bottles and stuff, with some chips and everything. Yeah, we had no table, so gotta improvise, man. Gotta improvise. That was good shit, dude. That was good shit. Oh yeah, that shit. This is how you drink the fancy cognac, dude. We also didn't have glasses, so you know, that's how it was basically. That's like the cognac with cola and stuff. ATB channel, how we doing? That kind of like environment, like living and developing shit, bro. I would love to. I would love to. I wouldn't even mind. I wouldn't even mind. The orange actually does anything? No, not really. Not really. Not really. Oh yeah, my friend went like full hobo back then. Look at this hair, dude. That's the only time. That's the only time we made him to do. He's always buzz cutting because his hair gets like all curly like super fast. But we kind of like decided not to, and then we all got like complete buzz cut right after that. That was nice. That was nice, man. Cognac with cola, yeah, yeah. Well, I wouldn't recommend it, I guess, with some expensive cognac, but with like the cheaper stuff, yeah, it works. It works. It works. But orange, yeah, orange doesn't really do anything. Orange doesn't really do anything. But yeah, those were good times, man. Those were good times. The minimalist life, yeah. I would return to that for sure. And the pixel art mask, I probably would do if I would go for some. I would try pixel art probably, yeah, for sure. Because I doubt I like the full fledged art. I doubt I would be able to handle, because yeah, this is pretty much, as I said, the peak, especially digitally. That's the peak. But yeah, that was good. That was always like like networking as a streamer also, right? Like, as you know, I'm kind of like not really much into it. But if it would be like living with some people doing stream and stuff, that would be like completely different story. I would be like more down to that, because like doing and working stuff together with people IRL, that's a whole different area. Like when you have people that you're on the same wave with, it's just, dude, it's insane. It's super good. It's hard to find people on the same wave, but when you do, it's like you need to hold it, man. When you do, just hold it for sure. It's just way too good. Yeah, CTB should I say? I'm good. I'm good. Did a little bit of like planning and stuff today. A little bit. A little bit. Now we'll see. Now we'll see how things will go, and if we will get good progress on delivering this, we will see. It's nice to kind of like think about it as a whole, but yeah, it's more complicated to when you get down to it. But we'll get there. I'd love that too. I hope you'll manage. Hope you'll manage. Can start digitally, and then who knows? Who knows? But like when you have multiple people, you just kind of like get this motivation, circle. You just all keep motivating each other. That just like always works. I don't know. No matter what, you kind of like always do stuff because you all together in that shit. So it's just kind of like more productive that way, I guess. Let's put it that way. So yeah, that's why also partially I would love that. That would be good then. But yeah, gonna start with solo, then we'll see. Then we'll see how things will go and where they will go. But yeah, with art, we'll see. Maybe I'll actually look into it. I mean, it might be interesting, right? If like, this this is the peak. I will be able to transform into actually somewhat semi decent some sort of art in the future, and I would be able to make it. That'll be interesting. Or maybe I won't, and that's just gonna be a warning for everyone in the future too. We'll see. We will see. True. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's doable to find, though. I'm pretty sure. It might be actually kind of nice with some of the like communities existing. There are some game dev communities like that you can join. I mean, even Sacklands and stuff made by the group that is like very interesting. There's like 4 people, I think, right? That each makes a game per 3 months, I think, or something. It's nice. It's nice. Just four peeps making games together. Even though everyone works on their own game, though, still. But still, they work together. Nice opportunity to just try everything. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Let's see, right, alright. Let's see, alright. Yeah, we'll check. 4.7k hours, damn son. Yeah, I remember you were posting like all the progress on like learning pixel art. That was very impressive. Because I'm like for a person who who is that good at art, it's always impressive to see people actually doing stuff. He's nice. Yeah, trying everything is indeed nice. We'll see. And then who knows? Who knows how things will go? Maybe we'll make something happen. There. And you should look into it. Maybe you'll find some peeps to be on the same way with, There's also like what was I think Ultan said. I'm not sure if he's here. There's like some Swedish also game dev community where they kind of like commune even, I guess, where they just like live together and all game devs and everything. That's also an interesting concept if someone want to try. To sure for artists there's something like that too. Not to mention nowadays, for example, for those who live here is that's kind of like not the proper way to name it, but like a unique opportunity, to flee your country and end up with a bunch of like similar-minded people somewhere out there. Because a lot of people are just looking into, co-living and co-working and stuff when they move somewhere else. That's also an option. Quite an extreme one, but it's interesting probably also to find some interesting people abroad that you can live with and work with maybe potentially together. There are some options like that too, probably. Some interesting things. Oh, chat reconnected. I think should be fine. Not sure if it ate some messages. Oh, is it all done? I see. Okay, maybe like my last message I saw was from Onion about 4.7k hours. I probably missed some. Can I see them in the web one? No, web one also missed them, so not sure. So you plan to go to that dev house? Interesting. That's a good experience. Like I said, like if you manage to get into something like this, that's good. Like I think that's a good experience to try at least. Like you can peace out later, obviously and stuff, but it's a good experience to see how you can like work with people like that. Like my friend right now, for example, who ran from here to Uzbekistan, he's like 78 lost, I think there. There are some downsides, obviously, living people too. Like they had like some boyfriend girlfriend fight there in the house where he lives. People are people. Shit happens sometimes. There are like 6 people living there basically, so there was some fiesta, but that was only once over all the months and stuff, and it just happens sometimes, I guess. Other than that, he's actually enjoying it a lot, I think. And it's all people from the same industry and stuff. And it's good. And he's in general feeling way better than he did here. That's for sure, especially lately. But it sure is an interesting experience. Alright. So, yeah, that is then kinda it. So you guys see what I was kinda thinking of. We got some bouncing back and forth with some of the some of the ideas. And yeah, basically the first goal will be to get into getting like the base stuff going. The core with encounters pretty much. Just encounters really. Like something as your main thing in encounters. Then we'll see what we're gonna build on top of that. And what we will get on top of that. And playing some other stuff also. So I will be back on Friday, because tomorrow and Thursday I'll be off. I'm gonna try Stacklands in the morning. And on Saturday I'm gonna get back to Cultist Simulator. I played them before. Well, Cultist Sim I played before. Stacklands I haven't. So I'm gonna check those out to see like how the card stuff is done. Like I love card games. I play a lot of them, but like that kind of stuff I haven't played that much. You know, I mostly play kind of usual deck builders sorta. And there's not that much experimentation on those. But in the same time, there is, for example, like the Maho Kenshi that I played recently, and that's super good, man. I played it off stream on YouTube too. And I might do some more. We'll see if I'll have time, and it's super good. I really like it. I really like it. Hopefully the Hexer. Hopefully they will be. So yeah, that's gonna be. We'll see about next week. I will try, and I will try to look into stuff. Like as soon as I figure out how to properly do, like like watching guys and starting to learn like basically the main thing, the Unity and stuff, then it's gonna be better. Then it's gonna be good. Like I just need to figure out like the proper kind of scheduling and proper like way to do it. Like the perfect would be just to do like the guides and everything on YouTube and stuff. Slightly embarrassing one. I mean, sure. When I'll find time, it will be interesting. That will be interesting to check. I might. Why not? Why not? We will see. But yeah, gonna check how things will go in upcoming weeks. Plan stuff. Alright, let's read the lab. There we go. Plan things, decide how to approach the start. The start is here. The first like exact dev stream. Ooh, we'll see, man. We'll see. I will try next week to like I'm still gonna start with like some guide watching probably, and I kind of want to do so we can do it together really with peeps, because like people wanted to see like the full process, so I gotta try somehow. So probably gonna start with that, like watching some guides and probably already maybe doing some on the side. So like kind of hard to say. I would say week after next one, higher chances. But I will look into it, because I might do like the watching I might do on YouTube, because like I kind of don't really want to do it on Twitch. But maybe like next week will be loaded, and the week after maybe it'll gonna be already a little bit better, so it'll be easier to find time. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do it at least once per week, and then later increasing some more. But we'll see about next one, because of the next fest. There's just going to be a lot of stuff to play. Maybe I still will find a little bit at least of time. Maybe I will, just to keep consistency going. But yeah, thank you guys